Another bad one? Of the Electro Archon. May the blossoms
Narukami,
of the
please.
Sakura bloom.
See that he stays. Ha!
Whoa! This is way too many books! Considering this library organizing job was classified as a premium commission, Paimon came mentally prepared, you know? But seeing it in person is something else.
Why, if it isn't Cutie and Paimon? What brings you back to Mondstadt? Let me guess. You missed me so much you just had to come visit. Is that it? You've become quite the flatterer since we last saw each other, haven't you?
Found you! We were starting to think you weren't clocking in today.
Well, I wasn't planning to. But then, Catherine mentioned someone had finally accepted an important commission for the library. So I came to check on things. Might you both be here for that very commission by any chance? Ah, music to my ears. Now, as you can see, a certain anonymous benefactor has donated a large amount of books to us. Imagine my surprise when a glance down the book list revealed that each one would be an entirely new addition to our collection. There are books of all different kinds, including quite a few that are banned. Troublesome, I know. So this wasn't an odd job I could trust to just anyone. And sorting them myself? My, what a headache that would be. It would take ages. All that to say, I'm very relieved to see you here. I would treat you to some tea, of course, but looking at the state of this place, perhaps another time, yes?
Don't worry, just leave the commission to us.
You're as sweet as ever, Paimon. Well then, good luck in here. I'll leave you to it.
Finally! We made it to the last stack! What even are some of these books? A Hilichurl's Guide to Running for Your Life? Do Hilichurls even read? Oh, and Basics of Whopper Flower Cultivation. Who'd grow one of those, anyway? And what's this one? The Little Witch's Dictionary? Huh. That title's kind of suspicious. And didn't we already sort this area? Did you notice it earlier?
Yoo-hoo! Looking for me?
Alice? How did you get in here?
You must not have noticed, Paimon. I wasn't the one who barged in at all. When you opened that dictionary, you entered a mage's domain.
What? Ugh! Paimon knew that book had issues.
Have you ever read the storybook, The Little Witch and the Undying Fire, by any chance? No matter. At least in name, this book was written as a dictionary for the other one. The actual contents of the two aren't related at all, though.
Ugh. That explanation makes things even more confusing.
Oh dear. Where should I begin? You know the promise the Hexen Circle made to Varka at the Tripartite Conference, yes? Namely, that in Mondstadt's greatest time of need, the mages would return and lend their aid to the nation. Well, waiting around for danger to descend upon the land isn't exactly our style. Rather than a scenario where we jump in and save the day out of nowhere, it makes more sense to lay the groundwork over time. That's how Em put it. Besides, who knows when such a crisis could occur? It could be in the next life, or even tomorrow. Preparation is crucial. So, I gathered the mages together to write this dictionary. Of course, it had to be under the guise of being related to that storybook. Otherwise, I would never have been able to get them in one place. Well, we looked into Barbie's scryglass and came up with a series of tasks tailor-made for the people of Mondstadt. They're all in this dictionary. Striving toward a common goal, overcoming obstacles alongside trusted companions, becoming better versions of ourselves. That is the best defense against what dangers could lie ahead.
Oh, you make it sound like something bad is actually about to happen.
Now, I never said that. But still, we are talking about trusted companions here, Paimon. And when we speak of a person who could be considered a friend to all in Mondstadt, I'm afraid the pool of options consists of but one.
Wait, the huge book donation? That was just an excuse to get us here, wasn't it? We had to spend ages sorting through them, you know.
Oh dear, I never could have imagined you would need to go to such trouble.
Uh-huh. Sure you didn't.
Well, this is an important book. I couldn't just bring it into Tevat without taking any precautions. Much better to hide it in plain sight, you see. That's why I donated all those other books to the library. Besides, it's not like this is a bad thing. Just think of it as an excuse to reunite with old friends. And as a favor to your dear Aunt Alice.
Okay. If the goal is to help the people of Mondstadt, then we're in. We'll take the dictionary. And the next time we run into our friends, we'll pass your tasks and stuff along, okay?
Wonderful. Then I'll let you get to it. Have fun!
What's the hurry?
Oh, you finished sorting already? That went much faster than I expected. Now then, what would you like in return, cutie? You freed up my whole afternoon helping me with that. How about we spend it together? So you noticed too. Such strange names, and even stranger contents. Not to mention, this is the largest library in northern Tevat, and I didn't recognize a single title on the list. I just don't see how that's possible. Unless...
Actually, we just ran into...
Trouble, I presume? I think I'll steer clear if it's all the same to you. Besides, if a book exists in this world, then there's a place for them in this library. Better for them to remain here than end up in the hands of someone more... suspect. Anyway, here's your payment. Thanks again for all the help.
Aunt Alice said we can return to the story world at any time. If you feel like checking it out again, just come find me.
Paimon's feeling totally recharged after such a long rest. Let's go find Durin and see if that book has any new clues. Hey, Durin! Any more clues for us? We're all set for the next chapter.
Yeah, I was just about to come find you. Let's see what it says.
Now sprout to life the story's seeds, stirred by wind-born melodies. Then on that breeze the music leaves, fading into distant memories. Seek the place where wind and tale entwine, and once there, make 3 riddles into verse, and 3 melodies into song. For in poetry and song will this story start to blossom.
Come on! Another riddle? All that talk about wind and melodies? What do you think the answer could be? Oh!
Care to elaborate?
Wind, music, poetry. Tone-deaf bards gotta know the answer.
You mean Lord Barbados? Albedo introduced us when I first arrived in Mondstadt. I mean, someone like me was bound to catch his eye sooner or later.
It's better that it's out in the open anyway. Now, how should we track him down?
I'm pretty sure he's already caught wind of what's going on here. Why don't we just see where the wind takes us?
Right. He definitely makes it easy to forget he's a real god sometimes.
Traveler, Paimon! What a sight for sore eyes! Ah, and the little dragon from the fairy tale world. I heard your voices calling out to me on the wind. Something about needing help with a riddle?
Sorry to disturb you, Lord Barbados.
Disturb me? Not at all! To tell you the truth, I'm just as curious about this riddle as you are. Let me take a look.
What is it? Did you figure out the answer?
3 riddles and 3 melodies. That sure takes me back. The answer you seek lies hidden in memory.
Looks like running to Tone Deaf Bard was the right call after all.
Long ago, those mages came to Mondstadt, seeking to test their strength against mine. But I replied, let us make music, not war, and resolve our conflicts through song. So I strummed my lyre and sang them this verse. Oh wind, welcome now, my guests. Pass through verdant leaves unseen, where shape your formless self may take, and offer up a graceful scene, a fleeting gift for welcome's sake. Leap at the edge of a sea of clouds, where land meets sky and sky meets ground. There frighten off the noisy crowds and bring my guests a calm profound. Fly beneath the stars up high, where mortal noise is swept aside, that my dear guests with starry eyes may share the dreams they hold inside. Now go to where I vowed to keep a quiet spot for them to sleep. No clash, no contest bars the way, just tea and mirth to fill the day. There you have it, the 3 melodies. As for the answers to those 3 riddles, I trust you can guess them by now.
The woods, the edge of a cliff, and the sky?
Correct! Funnily enough, your mother was also the first to solve it, all that time ago. There must be some kind of special rapport between those who write stories and those who sing them.
The woods, a cliff, and the sky. Oh! So that's where it is!
I suppose the spot that answer points to is where you're headed next. You should know, after solving my riddle, the mages even accepted my proposal and made that location their official meeting spot. And going by what your book is suggesting, once you found it, you might want to try playing the melody I just shared with you.
Guess you can be pretty reliable when it counts, huh? Great Animal Archon?
Thanks for the help, Lord Barbados.
Still got questions for me, huh?
Yeah, you must have read countless tales in your time, being a wandering bard and all. In your experience, why might an author consider a story unfinished?
Unfinished? Well, I guess if there's something left to accomplish in the story, or, if the last line goes, to be continued.
Huh?
Wow, your helpfulness lasted for like 1 second.
In all seriousness, I would think the answer to that question lies in your mother's story itself. It's not my place to pry any further.
All right then, we should get going.
I wonder when their next meeting will be.
Okay, we're here! Now, we just need to play the 3 melodies, and we should be able to gather the memories for the next chapter, right?
A musical performance? Out of all the things Miss Lisa has taught me, that's the one I'm worst at.
Even a war that shook the world could not halt the witches' gatherings. Yet even so, with the passing of time, 3 of their teacups no longer came to be set. The witches did not linger long in sorrow, for the Story Witch had brought glad tidings of her own. Born was her dragon child, safe and sound. Her fellow witches offered up their blessings, eagerly debating how to celebrate the child's birth. In the end, they settled on the sweetest candy they could find. After all, what could be sweeter than the arrival of new life? And so, the witches' gathering turned into a birthday celebration.
So, we're back in the story world, huh?
As if from nowhere, new guests appeared at the witches' table. Perhaps they too had come to celebrate the dragon child's birthday. Yet while everyone else was busy thinking about what kind of gift to offer, these 3 seemed to have come empty-handed. Hardly the recipe for a warm welcome to a birthday party, now is it?
A gift?
Hey, what's this all about? We only just found out this was a party!
While the guests voiced their complaints and grievances, perhaps they should have been wondering what kind of gift to give instead.
So, we need to bring a gift to advance the story? But where are we supposed to get some like that?
Perhaps it would be a good idea to have a look around.
Why didn't you just say so? Hey, could we use these as gifts, maybe?
At last, the guests found something to give the dragon child.
Guess that's a yes then. Which one should we go for?
Still, the guests wondered, what kind of gift might the little dragon really want? Should they put a warrior's sword in his hand and send him out on an unstoppable quest to save the world? Or perhaps a wandering hero's slingshot and the promise of a life of endless, uncharted adventure? Or maybe even a scholar's tome and the chance to take on all the world's unsolved mysteries.
Okay. Wow. That's a lot of pressure all of a sudden. Oh yeah! Technically, we're actually picking a gift for you. So, which one would you prefer?
You want me to choose? Wow, this feels kinda special.
How come?
For as long as I can remember, I've spent most of my time living in the stories my mother created. I always thought my mother had everything written out for me already, just like the toy figures in Constellation Metropole. What I wanted to do with my own future. Huh. That's something I've never really thought about. What did I want back then? This is the first time I've ever asked myself that question.
Sounds like this is the perfect opportunity to answer it then. It's been a while since you left Simulanka, and after everything that's happened, it might be about time to start thinking about your future.
Then let me give it some thought.
The witches went on chatting away, ignoring the empty-handed guests. No mark had been left on the page ahead. The group found themselves unable to move forward. In the end, the guests settled on the Scholar's Tome.
So you're the scholarly type, huh?
I just feel like I should learn more about the way the world works.
What makes you say that?
I'll give you an example. Did you know that in Mondstadt, using fire to catch fish is a punishable offense? I thought she was just teaching me regular hunting techniques. It was only after Master Jean caught me and sent me to solitary confinement that I realized I'd misread the situation. So much of what's considered common knowledge in your world just wasn't in Simulanka. So I have to learn, or I'll keep causing trouble for everyone else.
Paimon's not sure that counts as common knowledge. Alright, they should let us in now that we've got a gift, right?
Hello there. Brought a gift this time?
The newly arrived guest presented his gift, wishing the little dragon a future as a wise and accomplished scholar. Accepting the guest's blessing, the Story Witch invited him and his friends to take their place around the table. Finally, she could introduce them all to her dragon child, telling all in attendance about the moment of his hatching, and of course, the name he'd been given. It was then that the Seer Witch, diviner of the stars, withdrew her gaze from the heavens and turned a sorrowful glance upon the little dragon.
You gave him the same name as that evil dragon?
That's right. But the life I intend for him shall be very different.
What folly to love so blindly. For as you must know, a name is the mirror of destiny itself. He who bears an evil dragon's name must also inherit the fate of its previous owner. His fate has been foretold.
Then I'll rewrite it. The witches at the table fell silent, for they knew the Seer Witch's words had never once proven wrong. Yet, just as clearly, they recognized the Story Witch's resolve, for there is scarce a force in this world more fearsome than a mother's love. At last, the Merry Witch stepped forward, dispelling the uneasy silence.
So be it. Then we'll all lend a hand. Together, we shall rewrite this child's fate.
You mean to defy one of the fundamental rules of this world?
I refuse to be shackled by such rules. Besides, this is a witches' gathering, is it not? What could be more fitting a subject for this occasion than to defy them?
Oh? Sounds like an interesting experiment.
I suppose, were we to succeed in this endeavor, we might bring a touch of wonder to this otherwise dreary sky of stars.
The Merry Witch finally talked them all round, just like she had done many times before. Warm and strong as the sun she was, so much so, in fact, that those who her light shined down upon had no choice but to bask in it. And so the witches readied their gifts, 3 marvels of the cosmos.
For this child, I shall decipher the ravings of the heavens and lay bare before him the trickery of fate.
For this child, I shall leave a formula powerful enough to unravel the very origins of this world, that he may seek another solution for the conundrum of his life.
For this child, I shall call upon wondrous magic to make possible his impossible wish.
All the Story Witch had was the pen in her hand, yet with the love that flowed from it, she resolved to bring forth a marvel of her own. For this child, I shall leave behind the last story I will ever write, and with it, a path to an ending yet untold. With the witch's blessings given and received, the little dragon's fate at last began to turn. In the midst of the dragon child's birthday celebration, the Seer Witch proclaimed her prophecy. The child had been given the evil dragon's name, and with it, the burden of its fate. But hearing this, the Story Witch vowed to rewrite it all, for such was her love and resolve. And so the other witches offered their gifts in turn, marvels as rare as any in the cosmos. Together, they sought to test one of the fundamental laws of this world, in part to support a mother's love, and in part to sate their own curiosity. Oh, and I almost forgot. Our new guests came bearing blessings of their own. Who knows? Perhaps this extra dash of wisdom might be all the little dragon needs to change his fate.
Yep, looks like we've completed this chapter too. Those witches in the story were the mages at the Hexen Circle, right? They sure seem to care a lot about you, Durin. But, Paimon kinda had trouble following their conversation. Just a bunch of mystery, as usual.
The evil dragon's fate.
Oh, is that what you're worried about? But didn't we already take care of that?
Ah, the mages must have had a hand in that, too. Also, I was just thinking, which part of the story are we even meant to be completing?
Oh, it feels less like we're filling in the gaps and more like we're adding something new altogether. But we use the ink, right? And the book hasn't given us any more clues, so that must mean our task is complete. At least for now.
Yeah, I guess we're doing something right. Maybe I'm overthinking things. It's just, this is my mother's final wish, so I don't want to mess it up. Anyway, thanks for all your help. I'll let you know as soon as the book reveals a hint about the next chapter.
Okay then. See you in the next chapter.
I think I'm gonna stick around, take my time reading through this book. If you feel like jumping back into the story, just come find me.
As of late, the Tricksy Witch has nearly the entirety of the snowy lands in her grasp. Now none but the Tsar can command her submission. Such a pity that she can no longer spare the time to join our gatherings.
Tell me, does the Wander Witch still roam among the stars?
Who can say how long we'll have to wait for her return? I had hoped sharing all the fun little stories from our gatherings might entice her to remain.
Then how about the Memory Witch? Does she still walk the mortal realm?
Yes, she has that secret mission of hers to accomplish, so she couldn't make it to our gathering. But she doesn't seem to regret her choice, so naturally, it's not my place to pry.
As rare a chance to gather as this, and yet almost half of us are absent.
Cheer up. At least you came with good tidings.
I suppose I'm just feeling a little sentimental. After all, there will come a day when I, too, am among those absent at these gatherings.